We begin. Alright, cool. This is officially the second episode of Sagacious Sentences. I've got my lovely cousin Isaac with me. You lot already know who he is because you've been. Well, if you haven't been watching, then you don't know who he is. But if you're a current of one of our 21 subscribers,
Whoop, whoop.
which is obviously a massive amount.
The proud few.
Yeah,
The
you
few and the
guys know who
proud.
Isaac is. If you see us looking up a lot, we're watching Man City, Real Madrid. It's basically game over because Mbappe is Mbappe.
Hat trick.
And we are both so happy
Yeah.
that Man City are losing.
Yeah. I'm not even a fan of Real Madrid. I'm more just anti-City.
You know, when you have however many allegations
Of-
of cheating, I love to see you suffer.
Yeah.
So that's that's why we're looking up a lot, and you might even hear a celebration if Man City concede again.
Yeah.
But before we did this, you said as a joke, I'm actually going to be interviewable. Is that what you said? Interview worthy.
Yeah. Thanks for thinking I'm interview worthy. Yeah.
And I started getting like deep, and then he cut me off to say save it for the interview. But as I was saying, it's like, you know, recently from people close to me, I've been getting a lot of praise, but you're someone who like I look up to in terms of the way they carry themselves. So like, you know, I look at you and think, okay, I want to be like Isaac. So when people say stuff to me like, oh, you know, you're doing well or you've grown, part of that is because of you. Because even though like we talk about this quite a lot since being on this trip, we literally weren't really close when we were younger.
No.
I was more close with Bonnie, and I'm guessing you were probably more close with Bonnie than you were with me.
Yeah.
And then we literally didn't speak for about 10 years maybe, because I went
Easily.
countryside.
Yeah.
Didn't speak for like 10 years. And then now, literally, was it last year when we first spoke? And then now it's like, I feel like it's a brother type of relationship in terms of I'm the annoying little brother who winds you up but also at the same time has a lot of respect for you. I feel like, do you think that's the dynamic?
I'd say definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of moments where we, like the snowball fight, there's a couple of moments, yeah, where my little brother tendencies come out, I guess. But then there's moments like this where it's more of the respect than the joking around. But obviously, yeah, we're traveling together. And the first thing I kind of have to ask is like, what have you learned about yourself since starting these travels?
I think I've kind of, at least when it comes to meeting new people, I've learned that past a certain point, it's not necessarily easy, but it definitely gets like easier.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing where like putting yourself out there is always quite difficult because you like have the fear of rejection, which is, or like somehow that
Yeah.
people won't like you, or they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, why such and such. Like you already have that critical view of yourself going into situations. But I think it's kind of reaffirmed that, you know, you can kind of just go into a situation with like kind of at least like a positive, or just trying to be purely interested and listening, and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get like, you know, a good reaction, like, or at least one that's not like, I think everybody's afraid of rejection, but if you come into a situation open and listening, you know, that more often than not you'll be able to make a connection. It might not be like the most like out there, but that's half the thing of meeting new people. Is like you can have a nice conversation and be like, oh well, that was all right, and like, you know, move on. But I think in terms of learning stuff, I don't know, I think a lot of it was a lot of this trip, it's like a first for like properly being out of my comfort zone. That, and like also if you actually do get rejected, it's not really that rough.
Yeah, it's like it's not actually the end of the world. I think
No.
that's something I've definitely learned. I think I learned that more in Australia than here because I was literally just on my own in Australia. It's like if an interaction doesn't go well, there's nothing else that comes with it. It's just simply move on, and then you have those moments where you meet someone or you bump into someone and it's a good interaction, and then it's like it was worth the risk. Like for example, when we were in Memphis with that Tony guy, that interaction was really nice.
Yeah.
And then obviously when you went out in LA, like you interacted with those people, and I'm guessing you had a good time.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it might have been a risk talking to them, and you never know, they might have not been welcoming or anything. But the fact that it did go well then makes you think, okay, why was I even worried about it in the first place?
Yeah. Also, what was good about that was because it was like a 90s music night, and I was already just like totally down just to be like, yeah, I'm gonna full on enjoy the music. But the DJ, she came up to me. I think I've already told you. Yeah, but she came up to me. Oh yeah, it was during I think they were switching sets, but after her set, she came up to me. She's like, "Oh yeah, I've been watching you. I've been noticing. I've been liking I've been liking your energy. Been liking your you know."
So you would say America's kind of changed your mind on being more outgoing, would you say?
I'd say because Americans are naturally more outgoing anyway, and slightly more sociable than Brits.
Yeah.
Like they're immediately like 10 times the volume.
Yeah, they are very much more. To be fair, one thing that I've definitely, since being in America, I now know when I go back to the UK, I'm definitely probably gonna go out more. I was more of a homebody before I left. I like to stay at home, do my thing. But then since coming to America, maybe it's because I literally haven't been able to go out.
Yeah.
Because obviously I can't go anywhere because I'm not 21. Has made me now want to
Chronic FOMO.
to go out more. But yeah, I just kind of want to go out more, just to meet people, network, and just kind of be in spaces where I can kind of mesh with people. Like, for example, like even though, as you said, clubbing's not really your thing, it's venue, music. Most people that would be in a club would like music. So then, like for example, you just network and you just meet a DJ. Simple as that. Like same thing happened with me when I was in Australia. I think I told you about this when Dahl was saying to me, "Oh, if you want to do music, you have to be in these spots. You have to be in these places." And I didn't want to be because I didn't like going out. But then the first time I went out in Australia, bumped into a model, a DJ, 2 producers, a singer, and I was like, okay, yeah, I need to go out to these places just to.
Because people are outside, man.
People are literally
You can't
outside.
meet anybody in your home.
Yeah, well, unless it's like some random person on a video game, but I don't even
or
play video
delivery
games.
driver. Like that's literally the only
Yeah, I'll say
way.
in and out. Do you make peace, by the way? Yeah, I've already said it. I was gonna start talking shit about in and out chips again, but I realized they've heard that already. But no, yeah, it's like I need to just be outside to be in these places and just meet these people. And I think that's definitely something that for me has changed like my mind on what I'm gonna do when I get back to the UK. It's like I'm just gonna be out there more. And also now that I'm doing all this content and everything's like I definitely want to just be more creative and do that type of thing. I don't know if because obviously before you left you were indulged in music like completely in terms of bands and everything.
Oh yeah.
And then now since you've been away, you've always having that musical itch. Do you think when you get back, it's gonna make you like even want to be more involved in the whole?
Oh yeah. I think it was nice for the first couple of weeks, and then like, yeah, you kind of start to realize that you haven't, and you miss it because it's more like there was a point where it's like ritualistic. It was like, you do a degree in it, and like, yeah, you can get like burnt out, but then you see other musicians and you're like, damn, I want to join in. Damn, I want to, like, yeah, and because it's just like a thing I love to do, and it's like stretches a muscle, and it's just.
Offside, Man City. Sorry to cut you off. That was just a better free kick than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. But yeah, like it makes you realize that music is really the thing you want to do. Yeah. And then obviously, talk about actually, because obviously they don't really know the ins and outs. Obviously, I've heard of it because I've been with you. But like the type of stuff you do within music, and then your different groups and collectives that you have.
Oh yeah. the main one at the moment is Rush Bonds. That's like solely post-punky indie stuff. It's just like if you mixed Hiatus Coyote with Wonder Horse or something like that. Then like there's one that I do, which is just like King Cruel, Block Party, hopefully McG in a bit.
When you say I do, that's your own personal stuff.
Yeah, it's more because I'm singing and like do for the time being a lot the writing.
What's that? Do you have a name for that band or
Senior.
Senior?
So those are the demos you've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They would have.
Maybe heard a snippet. Yeah.
They've heard a little bit of it in the when you were trying to fried alligator. I'm telling you right now. Wait till that stuff releases.
Yeah, but like I think that's the one I'm most anxious to do when I get back, because it's like I get to spearhead it a bit more, like creatively, and also it's just the newest, so it's also just got like that fresh energy off of it. Like,
how new is it? Like, how long have you been doing Senior for?
I ended up doing that for my end of year recital. So like now it would be a year and like 2 months in terms of but its first gig was like 3 months ago. So it's really just getting
so you
started.
performed a gig with that band? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
We've done like 2. But once we get back, it's like kind of getting back into that, and I think I'm more so excited to do that because I like writing songs as well, and I don't do that in Rush Bonds.
Is that all Robin?
Yeah, and I think it's better that way, just because like I don't know, it's just easy to have like a consistent personality when there's like some sort of consistent writers, or writer, and that's just a process now.
That's something that when I get back, you have to help me in terms of, because obviously, like we talked about this before, you do more live instrumental production type of stuff. I do more like electronic production in terms of just like on the laptop with not real instruments. But obviously, like I want to get into that field, so you're gonna have to kind of be like my Dr. Dre to my Kendrick Lamar. Like you're gonna have to help guide me with that type of stuff because I only know writing as in me just doing it. Like, because I write for myself. I've written for like a couple other people, but it's always been a thing where it's just like one person, like, and I haven't had to deal with the type of having consistent personality. So I think when I do get into that whole live production stuff, I'll be asking you for a lot of advice, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think I'm excited to do this new stuff. Yeah, just because I don't know, I'm writing more. Feel like I got a bit more to say. So that one, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. And then I've got Aphrodisia, which is more Afrobeat stuff, and that one's mainly like it's a lot looser, like as a project as well. The demos came. I'm so annoyed with the mixes.
So the mixes that came the other day were from Aphrodisia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was some of them. Yeah, we're sending them back. But then the last one's like mixed doubles. So that one's like free improv. Basically, it's me, Rory, and James, guitar, bass, drums, and we dress up in like tennis outfits and just do like
That's how it's called, mixed doubles.
Yeah.
So is that just instrumental, that band? Okay.
Yeah, but that one's just like it's just a lot of fun. Like, I think that one's and because it's free improv, it's kind of like it prioritizes a different skill set of just like kind of actively listening and being able to create something out of nothing a bit.
Yeah.
And because like we'll do full sets. Like we did last year, we did a gig at like Cambridge Jazz Society.
Yeah.
Where we just kind of like showed up.
Yeah.
And just basically jammed for like an hour, but they loved it.
They loved it. So so that's 4 different bands. are all four like? Do you have serious ambitions for all four, or is it some? It's like some serious, some is kind of
I'd
for more
say
just pleasure.
I'd say mixed doubles is the most for pleasure because it's immediately the most indulgent. Just like a concept. I'd say rush bonds is the most commercial. Like rush bonds, and I think senior are more commercially viable. And then I'd say Aphrodisia, like if I'm being 100% honest, lacks the like kind of clinical like back end of getting stuff out and like being a constant presence in people's faces.
Yeah.
It's not that it can't be, it's just that it's not really
Yeah.
like primed for that, you know. Oh, the dogs are coming out now.
I knew at one point this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't mind as long as they just chill my
Yeah.
nemesis. But no, yeah. Cause so yeah, that
King
was
ain't
just
coming close.
yeah. King ain't, has King warmed up to you yet?
No, I mean, I walked past him and one time, like, he was just on the landing. As I was walking past, I just went, "Boo."
That's so unfair.
He didn't move.
No, he
Like,
didn't move
no.
at all. To be fair, so they've got. I don't even know if they can see Ginger. This is Ginger, one of yeah, I can say our family. One of our family's dogs. Well, our family sounds like it's like my dog.
Yeah.
Well, with our family that we're staying with, this is one of those Ginger, and then they have another dog, King. But King's warmed up to me in terms of like I can go up to King and he might run away, might not. But as soon as Isaac goes near King, he just goes.
Because he'll make eye contact and he'll look, peek round corners, and I'll
Yeah.
just be standing there and be like,
Yeah, because if like sometimes he looks and you think, oh, maybe he does want to interact, but then he just out of nowhere will just go away. But there's times where I've petted him, and then like 5 minutes later I go up to him again and he goes away. It's like we were just like face to face, and now you're suddenly scared of me
yeah,
again.
it's like, can't be within 5 meters again.
Yeah, can't be within 5 meters. But so yeah, so you said Rush Bonds and Senor, the two where
Senior.
Senior. I don't know why I said Senor.
Because senor.
So is it spelled is it like Senior, or is it like a weird?
No, it's, yeah, Senio. Senior. Like, yeah.
Senior, okay. And then,
Like senior citizens.
oh, okay, senior city, like that type of thing, okay. And what genre is that again, sorry?
That's like, the moment like post-punky.
Post-punk,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's when you said like King Cruel and, okay, yeah. So then, yeah, that's going to be interesting because then you're going to go back. And so when you go back, it's mainly going to be, you obviously want to spearhead into senior, but then you also have some Rush Bond
Yeah, we'll
gigs and recording.
We've got gigs recording, then EP in April. But I mean, like, yeah, that'll be exciting at least. But no, I'm mainly excited for senior selfishly. And it's also just like, in my mind, the most fun at the moment. Like, I think, I'd say, yeah, I think just because less has happened yet, it's all potential. And there's kind of, with a band, like I've been in, Rush Bonds is like 3 or 4 years old or something. So that's kind of got, and we've had like lineup changes, you know. But then like, you know, we've kept some of the members. So I've stolen the best members and the best people for my band, you know.
As you should.
So we had a keys player, Nika, in Rush Bonds, and then it's truly the artistic. You know, every time a band says artistic differences, it's artistic differences. Yes, it's also like they obviously can't work through. This is like a true artistic differences one. But then with Senior, she wants to be in that. So, you know,
It's also to do with kind of, we won't get into it, but I know what you're trying to say.
but like I'm very happy that Nika's in the band, and I'm very happy that Scarlett's in the band. I'm very happy that Rory's in the band, and I feel like I picked 3 musicians that get along with each other, and I get along with.
So Rory drums?
Rory bass.
So does that mean James does drums?
Scarlett's on drums, Nika's on keys.
Oh, when I meant James does drums, I didn't mean like in this band, I meant in general.
Yeah, James.
Because I remember
on
we said in
drums.
mixed doubles it was bass, drums, and
Guitar, yeah.
guitar. Okay, so but in this band it's Rory on
bass,
Okay, and then
Nika on keys, Scarlett on drums.
you do just guitar and singing. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that's the one I'm most excited to do.
Yeah.
And also because I like doing that, and I like writing stuff, and also coming from being in a band where I don't have the creative control.
Yeah.
And like the final say. I think I quite like being in a band where I can present them with an idea and then know that, like, leave them breathing room
Yeah.
to like do what they want to do as musicians. Because it's no point getting musicians in a band and then saying, I want you to do something that's completely, antithetical to what you want to do. Like, part of the reason I get them there is because I like the things they do instinctually without thinking, So I think it's just, I don't know, so I feel very lucky to do that.
I mean, yeah. For me, like in terms of, you have a lot. I think you've dealt with a lot more music collaboration than me. I think some of that is just because you've been. I would say you've been doing. Even though I've been doing music for a long time, I've been doing music. Like I would say I'm doing music and I wasn't doing anything. Like, so you've been doing music a lot longer, and then also I think university just brings musicians together. But like I'm looking forward to when I get back. Like I've got some people I'm going to collab with in terms of like a friend from my old school. I'm going to collab with her. Also I've got Darwit, and I'm going to get Max. I'm going to just get Max in the booth just because it's fun.
Get him on ad-libs.
He would love to do that. It's just fun to get Max in the booth. So I've got him, and then obviously then I've got Tash. I don't know if I told you who Tash is. The one that I did some of the stuff with before. You definitely know who she is. Yeah. You definitely know who she is because I've talked about doing music with her. So obviously I've got that when I get back. But then also I'm actually excited to just also do some music with you. Because I remember we were talking about like doing some stuff together. Because like also we freestyle all the time. And then it's like we have that type of chemistry where sometimes you're just on the guitar. Like when we were in New Orleans and you literally just whipped out the guitar and I just started freestyling. Like, and it doesn't even have to be straight rap. Like because obviously rap is what I basically do now. But then also you do some singing. So even stuff like, when we were doing the stuff on like the Faye Webster or the Claro type of beats, just even like doing that type of stuff. Like I'm looking forward to being able to make music with you because it'll be two mindsets that come from different type of genres in terms of making. And then I think we both can have the chemistry where the creative control can be like equally shared. Because I think we're both open when it comes to music.
Definitely in terms of genre. I think the only thing is I just need to like it and feel like I'm not distracted by anything. If I'm listening to a song, like every time like I'm listening to a song, like when I'm listening to a song and I don't feel like the songwriting's up there, I'll be like, oh, there are parts of it that usually work, but either it's doing too much or it feels like it's trying to prove a point, or like it just needs to calm down and be simpler.
Yeah.
Like half the time you give yourself most songs are 3 minutes. You don't need a million ideas in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You need like 3.
Yeah, you need like 3, and then that's why you have other songs to show those ideas in those other songs.
Yeah, you want a fully fleshed out song that doesn't feel like it's trying to like do everything and like, fly by the seat of its pants, And yeah, I think I think I'd say it's always easy to say you have high standards because I hate people who say they're perfectionists as well, because like that's just shut up. I really need it this way. It's like shut up. I don't care.
There's someone I really want to like talk about right now, but I know they might listen to this. So it's like I can't say something because they would definitely take it the wrong way. I know someone who's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a perfectionist." No, you're just
a prick. Yeah, it's like
I wouldn't say that. I'll say like, no, you're just not that good.
I'll say it. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. This is for every perfectionist, every self-proclaimed perfectionist. Your standards aren't higher; they're just more specific, and you're more obtuse, and you're harder to work with. Like somebody who feels like they have like the highest standards is more just like stuck in that, like in what they like. It's not about like half the time. It's not even about quality. It's just about personal preference.
Yeah.
But they make it seem like it's somehow like this goal of perfectionism, but that's not the goal of music.
Yeah, I definitely. There was a phase where I definitely would like call myself a perfectionist, but I think I wasn't a perfectionist. I just hadn't got used to hearing my voice yet. So I was like, oh, I don't like the way I say that. I need to do it again. It's like, no, I'll do it again. It's gonna sound the same because
Yeah.
I've done it the best I can. It's just I need to get used to my
Yeah.
voice or need to get used to something. But there is definitely
No,
a lot of people that are like, I'm a perfectionist.
it's like an enticing frame of mind to think you're in, to think like you're a perfectionist, and then like to have that as in like, oh no, these things aren't like just nitpicks of these. This is like I'm meticulously crafting something, and like, you know, it's sometimes like the analogy I always think of is one time like my mum used to like work over the holidays.
Yeah.
So they do like this scheme where you go some like they do this scheme where you went to this club during the summer holidays.
Yeah.
And there was one time where we were like painting these hats, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then like I came back the next day and I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that again. It was good, but it wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
And as I was painting it, I did everything wrong, and I would like, you know, just completely over-egged it, did too much.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is worse than it was before. But I was just so fixated on these little things that I wasn't doing. And like, you realize that you need to zoom out sometimes and just like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just about reassessing, coming back and listening to something with fresh ears and realizing that like, sometimes the problem's not A, B, and C, sometimes it's X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know, you just need that clarity and that time away. And I think it's, yeah, I don't know, you don't listen to songs and think, you know, sometimes that, he said that word a bit strange, or he, you know. Yeah, perfectionists are just hyper-focused, and sometimes, you know, like it's fine to do that when you're by yourself, but when you're working with other people, you need to compromise because you're in a group setting.
You literally,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
You need to understand that you need to like account for everyone else's faults musically when it comes to what you're doing, and that's definitely something I'm gonna have to go through that at some point. When, especially I think when I'm in uni and everything, because right now I kind of just basically working on with myself and like with people who are like, it's just I'm working with anyone, it's just me and someone, and we kind of have the same plan anyway. So I think when it comes to me doing more live production stuff and just being with more people in general, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to go through, dealing with quote unquote perfectionists. And I do think if there's a time where I'm in like some sort of group or something and I don't have creative control, I do think that's something that's gonna be like a learning curve for me, because I'm always used to being the one in control.
Yeah.
So like I do think whenever that does happen for me, I'm gonna have a learning curve to how to deal with not having the master hands.
I think when you don't agree, you at least need to understand, like, their thought process and why. I think if somebody, because also I think there are just a lot of habits creatively that are good to start. Like, there are people who might like shout down ideas without anything else to like give to the table, you know, like without anything else to put forward. And I think my like kind of rule is just if I'm in a room and I don't feel like an idea is working, I at least need to suggest something. I need to like put forward an idea as an alternative. You know, I think it's just like the habits of working with people, you know. Like, I don't know, they're just a million little hurdles, and you'll find more of them the more you work with people as well.
Yeah.
Like, you'll just find a bit more friction in places you didn't expect. Even if it's down to like, I don't know, like stylistic direction, looks wise, how you'd manage social medias, anything, like the name of a song. You know, I think it's all just like stuff that, you know, like if you wanted it to be truly yours and only yours, get session musicians. Like,
yeah. And then that's how you, if you're actually going to orchestrate a group or something, you have to have that understanding. You mentioned like social media and everything. When do you think you might start to decide to post senior on socials, or have you done that already? Because if you have, I might have not been aware, but...
Oh, no. I mean, if you aren't aware, that's our fault. Well, my fault. I think...
Do you have a separate page for that, or was it just... Okay. I need to follow that, actually.
Like, it hasn't been active because I haven't been doing much, but I think...
Yeah.
at the moment it's more just getting like a consistent voice for something. Like
Yeah.
it becomes easier to like create content when you know like your kind of like even outside of your USP, just the tone of your social media. Like some people's marketing is quite different, and I think I don't know, as a group when we're together, we're already in kind of a stupid mood. Mainly because of me, but you know, like, cause yeah, it feels like constantly like I'm a supply teacher in that band because it's like we go into the room and I'll be like, you know, like before a gig I was like, to Scarlett, oh, you wouldn't drink that, no, like don't like drink. It's like have another.
Yeah.
It's like because and like I remember the first like 2 gigs, we would we did a cover of The Police, Message
Okay.
in a Bottle, and I think we listened to it once and never played it together and did it the first time live. Yeah.
First time doing it was live.
Yeah, first time doing it all together, and like we did it and it went down well.
That's amazing.
And then we did it the second time again, and like I don't know, it's just like obviously we'll get more refined and
Yeah.
like a bit more intentional, but it's already had this thing of like, you know, it's again like it's the same thing where I'm trying to teach myself when it comes to that music stuff, I can go into a situation and be like, yeah, I know this song well. I've played this riff a bunch.
Yeah.
We can play this song. I know the lyrics well enough, and then I just shout solo when I got lost, you know.
What, live on stage to shout solo?
Yeah, I was like, shut up.
So if you just forgot the lyrics, it's just solo, and then you just rock out. That's when music is kind of the best. Is when you're not feeling like you're forced or under amounts of pressure. When you can feel free and just live within the music and not have the music kind of have the music take over you. That's like just a completely different feel.
Also, it's like kind of reminding myself like I'm the same person who gets like anxious in social situations can shout solo and then just like unconvincingly try and rip a solo. Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I think like I like that energy, and I think it's also that tone when it comes to the marketing as well. And like what I find interesting with Senior as a project is a lot of that. So it's immediately made it like, you know, like we'll be serious, learn songs, and like I'll put time into making them, writing them, or put time into rehearsing them. But also when it comes, except for Message in a Bottle, but when it comes down to it, like I think I also just trust the musicians around me. And I think that was a lot of that was a lot of like picking like members was I play with Rory and everything. I think Mika's like just fabulous. Like I never use the word fabulous, but like yeah.
You know, when the time is right, you gotta use it.
And like Scarlett just rips absolute shit on drums. Like the faces she makes, she's just fully into it. Like just fully
indulge.
just hits. She hits drums so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's so nice. And like yeah, it's all just like I think when you're with a group of good musicians, it's like I think I've said it before, not on camera, but it's basically like a cheat code. It should feel as effortless as possible. It should feel like you know, these people are just working in tandem with me. And like yeah, I know I'm gushing a lot about it, but I miss it.
No, that's completely fine. That's and it's also it shows how much you love music, and the whole point of this is for people to learn about you. And now what are they learning? They learn that you love music.
Yep.
So like
It's
good that you know
chunk
you just
of me.
yeah, I'm 20% Isaac, 80% music.
Yeah.
Actually, well, technically, music is part of being Isaac, so it's 100% Isaac.
Oh yeah, like I've been doing it for a lot longer than I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like
Wow, that was so close.
like what? I'm 11 years doing guitar. Gone up to 12.
Yeah, that's so nearly.
I mean,
over 11 years. That's half of your life. Half of your life has been with the guitar.
Yeah, and as I get older, it will
become more than half. A
like,
lot more.
Yeah.
Because music can live for generations. I was actually listening to a song by Crafton Conan's new album about it's called Delroy's Son. So Conan's father, I think, passed away like 4 years ago, and he used to do music, and so did his mum. And it was kind of talking about living on the legacy and how like even when someone like passes away, your music still lives on. So like for you, like with guitar, that's gonna keep going on. But even when, obviously, whenever the day comes, your music will still live on. So then the guitar will be with you for eternity, basically. Like that guitar is part of you now.
Yeah,
And you're so good at it. Like that's not even glaze. It's just general, like it's truth. People love to call anything, any type of compliment glaze nowadays. But like it's true. You're just like you're ridiculously talented. I still haven't seen you live, which is low-key ridiculous.
No.
When's your next London gig? Actually, well, no,
We don't even do proper London gigs yet.
Even if it's not London, it's just actually it's summer. I'm gonna be free, so I can just. You
Oh,
should just
yeah.
send me gig times, and
Oh yeah.
I want to come see you live. Just get me backstage pass.
Oh yeah. I mean, we always do.
No, you can. You can pop through. Everyone's been popping through. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's not like a.
It's not a closed set.
Yeah, it's not a closed circuit.
Yeah.
But,
I don't want to do anything. They'll be like, oh, we gotta edit it out. Chicks being old.
nah, they love you.
Yeah.
They all love you. All 21 of them.
Old guy, what are you talking about?
Who's that guy at the back?
He said,
It was good till Unc came in the video.
"Is that your uncle?"
Rush Bonds has been like more supporting acts, and then there's been a couple main acts. You're saying for the EP, didn't you guys? Aren't you either have or isn't really seen you releasing a single?
Oh yeah.
I saw a post talking about
That's
a single getting released.
Tomorrow. That'll be on Friday. Yeah.
Might as well go ahead and
Yeah.
it's kind of promotion, I guess.
Okay. Listen to it. My Comedian, Rush Bonds, 21st of Feb. We're on Spotify, any good streaming platform. I think it's a great song.
I have no clue what it sounds like.
I think you heard it once. Yeah, you
Have
heard
I?
it in Oakland, at the demo.
Oh, is it that? I don't actually fully remember what it sounds like. Actually, no, I do. I remember. Yeah, that was when we were walking by the river. Was it a river?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, some form of water. I do remember it now. Yeah.
yeah. The next one I recorded just before we left, which is Britain's Best Neighbour. I'm very excited for that one because that.
And that's a Rush Bond.
That one's another Rush Bonds one. But like, it's gonna be what? Now like every month and a half, new single until the EP.
And on the EP, how many of the new singles will be on the EP? All of them. Oh, are you doing just like a? I think you said to me you're just doing like single releases, and then an EP is gonna be all the songs that you released. Will there be any new songs on the EP, or will it just be all ones
I
released?
think there might be an extra one. Yeah,
Okay,
I've
cool.
been doing.
Because then it gives like people another incentive to like
Yeah.
listen to it. I was gonna actually ask you about, do you think, like obviously because we've had discussions, like off camera privately, about kind of both our beliefs in God. Obviously we went to a black church for the first time. I mean, is that your first time? This Sunday was that your first time going to a black church?
I think I went to a couple as a kid, like proper, like speaking in tongues stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was my first experience. But I was also going to say, apart from obviously the church service, since being, I mean, I keep saying, I was going to say since being in DC, we're not really in DC, but since being in Maryland, what do you think you enjoyed the most? Obviously, we've been more at home here because of how far we are, but then also just in terms of just kind of being at home with family type of stuff. Is what do you feel like you've enjoyed the most about Maryland, and then where would it then go in your ranking of places we've been in America?
I'd say it's. I'll do it the other way around. I'd say it's definitely towards the top, but that's really because it's immediately more calming and it feels a lot nicer to be in a place that actually feels like lived in. Like the Wi-Fi name of this place is House of Love, you know.
Definitely is the House of Love.
Yeah, and it's like, couldn't have put it better, you know. So it also makes America feel less alien as well.
Yeah,
Like
because
before it was like being touristy and going out. We didn't even do that many, like, I saw the Washington Monument. Will I see it again?
Yeah.
Like, I saw it in the distance. I was like, yeah,
It's cool. I took a picture of it when I was
it's a
out
phallic
with
symbol. We get it.
Yeah.
You know.
They love American flags so much. I get it maybe more in DC because it's the capital. I'll give
Yeah.
DC a pass. The amount
Hey,
of American
I
flags
mean,
I'm
when we were
seeing.
in Texas, we saw Mexican flags too. Saw Texan
Everyone loves
flags.
to let everyone know where they're from.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I guess, do we do that in the UK?
not with flags. If you have an England flag, sorry, I'm gonna think you're a member of the EDL. It's just
You're a racist.
yeah. There was one down like round the corner from me.
Oh, you were like concerned.
Well, not even concerned. I was just like, ugh.
What's going on over
Doesn't
there?
look that nice. Come
Yeah,
on.
it doesn't look nice.
Just
So yeah, you say it's in the top, like top 3 or top?
Top 2.
Well, top 2. So in terms of, what would be arguably, like, if it's top 2, what would the other thing be? Other place?
like Memphis.
Yeah, I'll say my top 3, like, in no order, undeniably, is Memphis, Oakland, and here.
Yeah.
That's for me personally. I know what's in my bottom. I know what's last. I know what the bottom 2 are. I'll tell you that, San Fran and Texas, Dallas.
Dallas.
Them 2 can sit right at the bottom.
Mhm.
Like,
They can. Yeah.
yeah, just no. Just no. That's for me. I don't know about San Fran for you, 'cause I remember you said you went a different part of San Fran.
That was
One
on the
night.
last night that was all right.
Why were you there and I wasn't? Ah, yeah.
So that was literally like, oh, I've been this way.
Was that the
I've been
last
other way.
night? Yeah, it was. It was the last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you went a different way and that was less nitties.
Yeah, less nitties, outdoor music.
So we really should have we went the wrong way every time then.
But no, that was a lot nicer, just as a place to be. But no, I think, yeah, it's definitely been up there. But I'm also excited for New York.
Yeah, New York's going to be...
Expensive.
I think now that...
It's
well, that's true. It's going to
yeah.
be... We have a maybe have a small glimpse of hope with someone on this side of the family in New York. That's like small idea. But apart from that, it's going to be a little bit of moolah. But yeah, even if like it's a thing of just like, I might even say that to Chip, it doesn't have to be like a whole way through thing. Like
I mean, that's what I've told to the guy.
yeah, I would even be happy if it was like I'll take 4 nights, like anything, just anything to like
ease it a little bit.
Yeah, would be a blessing. Either way, I think it'll be fun. We're just
No,
gonna meet a
it'll
lot of
just be-
people. Hopefully, I'm gonna do a lot of vlogging in New York
Oh yeah.
because I think there'll be a lot of other creatives there that if they then see it, like I want more interactions like we had the one in Oklahoma where we met all those people and just talked to them.
Yeah.
Like, even if nothing comes for it, just by following, so that's now someone extra that's gonna see my stuff.
Yeah.
And you never know, might do something. Even the other guy that with a guy we met in New Orleans in the shop.
Yeah.
Where, by the way, he bought that lovely jumper from. They haven't actually seen that jumper, I don't think.
It's nice.
We're both wearing new hoodies, actually. I've got this. This arrived today from Memphis. Shout out Grizzlies. And yeah, both repping new garms, new clothes. We purposely did that.
Yeah.
Definitely purposely did that.
Yeah.
No shame at all. I'm showing off what I spent money on.
Yeah.
You got an issue with it, click off. Bit late. Probably like an hour. I don't even know how long. You're quite a bit in.
Yeah.
Probably still not watching.
Your attention is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a feeling that I'm gonna upload this. I'm just to test it. I'm gonna say this. If you made it this far, comment hoodie. Then I'll know. Then I'll know if someone actually made it this far, or I just know someone made it this far. Couldn't be asked to comment. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna show off what I like, and I don't do it on Instagram because I don't use my Instagram personally, like in terms of for myself. So this is the only time. YouTube is the place where I get to flex a hoodie. Even though it's not really flexing, and most people could buy this. It's not like a Louis Vuitton vintage. Actually, most people can't buy this. This is a limited edition.
Yeah.
Like I think they only sold about 50 or something.
Damn.
And they're not going to do
you
the
always
next
have that.
collaboration. It won't be this. So actually, I am going to flex this. You can't get this. If you're watching this, you can't get this. Most of my viewers are not. No, I don't think any of my viewers.
If you're
are from
watching
Memphis.
this, it's too late.
It's too late. If you're if you're watching this, it's too late. Shout out
out
Drake
Drake.
for just music.
Yeah.
Um,
Just the music.
Just the music.
Some of the music.
I feel like some of the music. That new album wasn't.
Trash.
That wasn't the best. What's that one song that stuck in your head?
I want to meet your madre.
That's
Send my wishes to madre.
the one I really like is it's like the country type of vibe. It's
I
like
got
it's like
there's no bug left in the
yeah.
night.
There's no. I got
Dog
the bark
left in the
without the
bike.
bike.
Dog is
That
in
one,
the
okay,
bike.
that one I'll give you. You know, Jake. That one was
Give
nice.
yourself a round of applause.
But I'm gonna have to tell you right now, you ain't no Kendrick. The first rapper to ever get 100 million Spotify
First
monthly
rapper
listeners.
ever.
First rapper ever. Goat.
We'll see once. How old is he now? We'll see once he turns 50.
He's got a lot of time.
Yeah. Is he in his 30s now?
Yeah, he definitely has to be. I think guess his age.
'Cause he's got to be like 38, 39.
I think he's like 36. I'm gonna say. Kendrick Lamar.
I'm gonna say 38.
He is 37, right
Ooh,
in between.
Right in between.
And then I think Drake's now 39. I think Drake's about to hit 40.
And he still hasn't grown up. Damn.
He's 38. But when's his birthday? His birthday is October. Okay, so not just yet. He's 38 and he's been making the same music since he was like 20. Let's just talk about that. Still makes music for strippers and not that that's a bad thing. Just been out there, but like he still makes
workers are
music
an
for the same
important
type
demo.
of demographic that he was when you're like a partying in the 20s, and now you're. Well, he actually is a father. He should have started a proper family by now.
Yeah. Where are the father tunes? Where's,
Yeah,
I
where's
love
Father
my
Time?
son,
Yeah.
Yeah. Chance the Rapper makes all of his songs about how much he loved his wife. And we haven't got one Drake song where he's talking about how much he loves his son.
Yeah, is there any? Because even someone as bad as Kanye lets us know how much he loves his children.
Yeah.
Drake, you don't even do that.
No, he parades them around though.
Yeah, like, oh look, I got Adonis. He can say the M word.
He can.
He can.
Look, his blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
The only time I've seen Adonis is when he was like gave that basketball speech. I don't know if you've seen that clip. Have you not seen that? Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's actually to be fair, it's quite funny. He's like, "Come on, guys, we can do this." It's like a little kid
I
just.
think I like it, how I like it. That's how I know him. That's what I know him from when he was on that song.
My favorite. What's your favorite? What's your favorite feature from a kid of their like artist of their father? Like, what's your favorite kid feature? What's your favorite artist kids feature? That's what I meant to say.
It's still got to be Jaden Smith with Justin Bieber on the Never Say Never in collaboration with Karate Kid, the Jackie Chan one.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, so when we're going to go play,
Oh, wait.
we just have to work harder. We have to shoot better. We have to play better. Get your energy up. If he's taking the ball that way, but shooting, you just go that way and trick him. Your body
I've
has to
seen this
reflex
before.
The dogs, and then the dogs have to
You
reflex
flex?
your body. Saying my
And then he freestyles. I don't even want to hear the freestyle. I'm not trying to get copyrighted by Drake.
How I like it.
We just gotta play together.
And we play together.
You can tell
and
he's
we
got that
dunk and
Toronto,
we
like-
dunk it. Yeah.
He's gonna sound horrendous when he's older. Bro, Cody, Drake, that you Loki got banned by Kendrick. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't know what else can Kendrick really do. That's one thing. Like, if he keeps making music, I think now to the tail end of his career, he's gonna be less of still the introspective. But I think it might just be more now like hits. Actually, you never really know with him, to be fair.
Nah, I feel like he's just gonna have fun, hopefully.
But yeah, as long as he's enjoying his music, he's never failed with an album, in my opinion. They've all been great. Okay, yeah, I'll say great. They've all been great. So like, I trust him. Take your time. I don't need a Drake to release I don't need like everyone to release every year. I don't mind if an artist takes their time with their album.
No.
Because then it just basically means Chip's just dancing away in the corner. But no, I feel like this has definitely been a good episode. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Is it? Yeah, it is coming on. I appreciate you coming on. This is like my first proper one. The other one I did was like 8 minutes, and my camera died within 3 minutes, and it was just clips from his what they call it, digi. I think it's called Digicam. So this is like the first proper one with mics and everything. So I appreciate you coming on. I need to obviously edit this to see. I don't know how long it's gonna be, to be honest, because it's done a couple of takes.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on, and I hope you guys enjoyed. There probably won't be another one of these Sagacious Centres videos till I'm back in London. It's gonna be interesting because I feel like you were very comfortable. I felt this is from my point of view, obviously. I don't know. I felt like you're comfortable. I know, for example, some of the other people that I want to interview like some of my friends, I know they're definitely gonna be like a bit
You'll
nervy
ease,
on camera.
just
but
gotta ease them into it. They'll be fine.
ease them in. Like I feel like as we kept talking, because you kind of just forget the camera's there.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a conversation. Apart from the part, the only time you remember when the camera's there is when you want something to get cut out. So
Yeah,
I remember to cut those parts out. But yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you a lot for watching. I'm probably not even gonna use this outro. I'll probably just fade it out when we start talking. So I don't know why I keep rambling.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow him on the socials. They're
And-
down in the link below.
Link in the boat and check out the new Rushbod single. What's it called again?
My Comedian. Also, check out Senior. That we're at senior_the band everywhere. You know.
And check out my links will be in the comments. But I'm actually gonna change my name because my private one's called Aki Jacare. I'm now gonna call my social media one Aki Jacare, and my private's gonna turn into Aki Jacare but just spelled backwards. So Irakazka or something like that. But love and peace. We out.